Okay. Let's swap into this. Well, bam. Oh man, that noise gets grating on the ears after a while. Welcome in. Let me just do my checks real quick. Um, oh, I see you guys are already in the chat. Let me pop that out real quick so I can see you guys. Boom. Up the Chelsea. It's 3:40 in Australia. Christ, I do not envy you. So that's gonna be us next week. When our next game is against Esperance, I've got to stay up until 2 a.m. for the start of that one. So nightmare. That was words. Nightmare. I'm gonna be probably trying to talk a little bit quieter. I've got to keep my windows open because it is absolutely baking. Lineup is very, very interesting. Yes, I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit here. Because yeah, I think we can kind of get right into that. Obviously, we've got the bingo card. I have not actually changed the bingo card since last week, so it's exactly the same. So yeah, we're just gonna keep it how it is, and hope that we get some of the same ones. A lot of them are gonna kind of be irrelevant, but yeah, I didn't really have the time, unfortunately, this today to kind of get that done. So we'll do that. But yeah, we'll talk about the lineups on both sides. I've got to do this as a standard precaution real quick because I always do this. This is the game for today is Flamengo versus Chelsea. It's at the Lincoln Financial Field. And what I have kind of seen already from I've kind of already seen from some of the interviews and stuff that have been going on in the background, it looks quite windy over there. There's a little bit of a breeze, let's say. And yeah, so hopefully that doesn't affect our football because we try and keep it on the floor as much as possible anyway. But that's something to kind of note. Sorry, I'm a bit out of sorts. There we go. Yeah, so the interesting thing about the lineup is Malo Gusto. Let's move into this real quick. I'm probably gonna have to adjust this, yep, because I didn't adjust it beforehand. I'm like, a bit out of sorts there. It's very, very hot, so I'm not really thinking completely straight. However, so we've got the bingo card. Again, this is exactly the same as it was last time. What I am going to do, though, is change this prediction because this is not my prediction for this game. My prediction for this game is 2-0. So we'll change that. But apart from that, everything else is exactly the same as it was. And yeah, hopefully we can get some of these again. Let's bring this to the foreground. And we can look at both of the lineups, and then we'll talk specifically about Chelsea's a little bit more because I think it's very, very interesting. And there's a few different ways we can kind of look at it, and I've got kind of a way which I expect it to be, and I'm not really sure which one it is at the moment. But let's talk about Flamengo first because their team is a bit different to what I expected. It's still very, very strong, and it's got a lot of the kind of hard hitters that I expected to be in it. One person who's not in it, who I think is a massive miss for them, is Varela. He's not playing at right back. We've got Wesley in at right back instead. They've got Danilo, the ex-Juve centre-back / right back. He's playing at centre-back today. Ayrton Lucas is playing as the left back instead of Alexandro. He played last time out, so that makes sense. They've got the same midfield as I expected, Gerson as I expected, Luis Araujo as expected, but then they've got Plata in here instead of an out-and-out striker. And though I did expect the striker to be rotated for this game, I didn't expect for him to be the one playing here. I think he's more of a winger, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's more of a winger, so that's weird seeing him there. I don't know if they're doing some kind of false 90 thing, but yeah. The Chelsea lineup, on the other hand, is pretty standard except for one thing, and it's very glaringly obvious. It's Malo Gusto playing up top here somewhere. The system is odd because it obviously can very well be a back three, for example. But let's just remove this now. Let's actually move this away. We'll actually put the team in, and we'll kind of show what I think we're going to be doing here because there's loads of different ways of doing it. Obviously, Gusto is the main kind of culprit here, but we'll put everyone else in as well. Caicedo's in. I've just got to find everyone. Enzo's in. Colwell's playing. Where Chalabar is playing. Reese is playing. Mark Cucurella, where are you, Cuckoo? There you are, Cuckoo. It's hard finding players in this, actually. Neto is playing. And wait, who am I missing? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Goalkeeper, first of all. Where's Sanchez? There he is. 1, 2, 5, 3, 2. Who am I missing here? Palmer, obviously. Okay, so that's 4, 3, 3. Yeah, excellent. So now we've got interesting thing here because obviously we've got James and Gusto in the lineup. Obviously, whenever Gusto's in the lineup, you think he's probably going to be playing this right back role, but because James is here, he's probably going to play here. However, there's multiple things we can see from this, and I'll make this a little bit bigger just so I can kind of read it a bit better. So the lineup usually reads left to right, or from right to left, which would suggest that Neto is playing on the right side and Gusto is playing as a left winger, which is really, really weird, and I don't think that that is exactly what is happening. You guys are correct in the fact that it could very well be a back three, and what that would mean, in my opinion, is that one of James or Gusto is going into the midfield here and is playing as like one in the pivot, but then it still kind of feels a bit weird because then it feels like maybe Kukureya's up here, or the other option is that Neto is on this left-hand side, Gusto is playing on the right as a right winger. That's definitely an option. The thing which we can see here, though, and what might be the more likely thing, is that we're seeing James in the pivot, we're seeing Gusto at right back, and we're seeing Palmer as a right winger with Enzo in the 10. That's what it feels like it can be to me. This seems more like an actual lineup that could be viable, rather than playing Gusto in a weird left wing position or in a weird right wing position. James can obviously play in the midfield, we know that. I think that this is what we're going to see. The weird part about it, though, is because we do the rotational, one of our fullbacks is going into the midfield anyway, it feels weird because then I'm assuming Cuckoo's going to play in this left 10. I assume that that's kind of what's going to end up. We're going to be playing like this. But then Chalobah plays in the middle, which is a bit weird. We don't usually see him there. So again, that's kind of odd. And obviously Gusto, though I thought he was very, very good in the last game playing here, don't think this is very natural for him either. So maybe Gusto goes up high and he's kind of playing in a bit more of an advanced role with Cuckoo as the centre back here. Enzo can shift over. Gusto plays in this right 10. Maybe that's an option. Again, with this, then it can just be this as well. That makes sense, and that's probably how we're going to probably see it quite often, with Palmer getting central so he can dictate play, and Gusto being able to overlap, which people have been asking for quite a long time. Cuckoo playing in this left centre-back role is not great, but at least that puts these two into their positions. Chalobah obviously on the right-hand side where he's played quite well. Colwill as the central centre-back where he's played quite well, and I think this is the main thing, that because we don't have Tosin, right? We don't have Tosin in the middle, so he's usually going to be playing in the middle. We need someone who can play that role well, and Colwill, out of all three of these players, and Gusto included, is the only one that can really do that. So I think this is probably what we'll see. Genuinely, I think this is more likely. We have Neto left wing, Gusto playing as this overlapping right, but interchanging with Palmer and sometimes coming into the 10. James and Caicedo as the two deeper midfielders, and then Enzo as the 10 up here with these three like that. That seems normal to me. The things which I want to talk about this lineup, which is annoying, is that Santos is not playing. Really, really bugs me. I really wish Santos was playing. He's absolutely coming off the bench, though. I expect him to come off the bench. George not playing when we're trying to do this is kind of annoying too. Feels annoying that George hasn't been kind of selected to play in one of these roles, because if we're going to take a winger out like Madueke, I don't see why George isn't just playing on the left and Neto playing on the right. We could have played the same way we did last time. Bit weird. But for the most part, yeah, this is strong. I am a little bit fearful of Flamengo here, because they have got, not only have they got the crowd, they've got a massive, massive crowd in this stadium in comparison to us, so they're going to have that advantage. But they, in general, the South American teams have just been really, really good in this competition, and I think they're going to be really up for this, especially after seeing that giant killing we saw yesterday with PSG losing to Botafogo. Then I feel like they're going to be really up for this and be like, we can take it away from you as well. Is there any other notable people on the bench? Sar's on the bench, Guiu's on the bench, and Kunku's still on the bench for some reason. Asugo, Dewsbury Hall. I think maybe we see Dewsbury Hall come off the bench today, maybe. Because I think Enzo's trying to rotate as much as he can, really. Also, just in case you guys haven't noticed, I don't know if you can actually tell, I've realized what the issue is. Everyone kept telling me that there was like a 60-second delay. Apparently I had my stream in normal latency mode, which I've never wanted it to be in. It's always supposed to be in low latency, so it should be low latency now. So I should be able to be seeing what you're saying a bit quicker. I haven't done ultra low because that would impact the quality of the actual picture, but yeah, that's a thing which I hopefully have fixed. Only thing scary about Flamengo is the Twitter presence. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I think they're a side that if we don't take them seriously, and that's why I do take them quite seriously, I feel like they will just pick us apart. They're a team that's capable of doing that. They got good players. They do have good players, though a lot of them are kind of aging and older players that have been good in the past, and they're kind of a little bit more past it than they would like to be. It's yeah, they've still got a good team. So yeah, I think that I think this is pretty much what we'll see. I don't think there's much else to kind of. And again, I've put Palmer here. It's more likely Gusto out wide for the majority of the time. Um, I don't really have many complaints about this lineup, to be honest. The only thing I would say is, again, like, Santos not playing from the start really annoys me. I think he kind of deserves to be getting tested, especially against a Brazilian side. I think that's a bit weird for him to not be playing. Get that extra intel because he can hear what they're saying. But yeah, the only other thing I don't really like Cuckoo playing this far back. But admittedly, I think he probably will go a bit further forward, for the most part, and maybe James plays a little bit deeper at times. But yeah, this is kind of what I expect to see. I just want to see if there's anything I missed from you guys because you've been spamming the chat like crazy. Would Santos play in Enzo's position? No, I don't think he would. I think he would in this specific system, if we're playing it like this, and if we were just taking one player out, I think he'd come in instead of James. I think that's who he'd play for, and obviously Gusto would then go back into the right back role. He'd kind of be that inversion instead. But I think he'd come in instead of James, and they'd kind of oh my goodness, could this stop lagging? Hello. And I think that would change the way that the team played quite fundamentally in general, because then we'd probably push Palmer into the 10, Enzo would come left, we'd have Santos here in this kind of right centre mid role, and then Caicedo as the lone DM. I assume that's kind of what we would see. What we've been seeing a bit of experimentation from Enzo in that last game, like when he was trying out different people in midfield, like when Sugo came in. Gusto went a bit more into the midfield rather than playing as the right centre back like we saw last time, which is a bit odd. Obviously we've got Santos who can come in, we've got Dewsbury Hall who can come in. There's a lot of midfield depth and there's like too many players. We need to sell some of these players. There's too many. But yeah, hopefully like when he does come on, I think he'll play in a bit of more of a deeper role or a box to box role. I don't think he should be playing like Enzo does, where he's box crashing and getting high. Even though I think Santos can play that way, and obviously we know as a defensive midfielder he's very good at getting goals somehow. But I don't think he'll play as high as Enzo would, because we know how good he is at getting in the box, which is a bit weird. I feel like maybe we could see Santos in that role, and obviously I think he would be actually, despite how good Enzo Fernandez is, I think he'd be better at the box crashing aspect than Enzo is, because it comes a bit more natural to him, but there we are. I'd imagine he plays a bit deeper. I would hope for, in this game, that we get I'm just going to kind of put out my thoughts here, of like, I want a Liam Delap goal. I think that would be good for his confidence. Do I think... I don't like that term, by the way, so I'm not going to say it, but I know who you're referring to. Do I think Noni should play? Yes, I do, and it's frustrating to me because he's not being. It's very obvious to me, and most people that watch this Chelsea side, that he's our best right winger by a mile until Esteval gets here and he can kind of challenge him. He's our best right winger by a mile, and for some reason, because basically we have no left wing options, he's having to be forced in the left wing, and he doesn't play well on the left wing particularly. And then because he doesn't play well, he's been shipped out of the team. I don't know if there is specifically an injury problem with Madueke, or if he's like feeling not well, or if it is just for fitness or whatever, why the reason he's been rotated out. But again, because it's weird seeing the right winger get taken out rather than the left winger, because we don't have many left wingers. So like, it feels weird that we'd be like taking out one of our right wingers when we could just, play George again. I'm not sure why George is not playing. Like, he can definitely play in this game. It's not a game where he's going to be, he's played against some really, really good teams in the Premier League. I don't think it is too big of a game for him or anything. But yeah, I do expect us to get at least one, maybe now two left wingers in this upcoming window. Obviously, we've been very, very in for Gittins. I think that is going to get done. We've obviously agreed personal terms with him already, apparently. So like that's going to get done at some point. It's just a matter of matter of us trying to get Dortmund to stop being so stingy and actually like let us pay money for him and take him off their hands, because that's going to happen eventually. I think we'll probably might get Fofana as well. I think that'd be pretty good. Individual walkouts like piss you off, yeah. Are they doing those now? It's about 5 minutes until the game. So whoosh, let's go into here. Boom. Why is it showing 90? Hello? That's better. That was odd. Why was it showing 90? That is really annoying. Okay, but yeah, so that's all I've really got to say on the actual formation. I've got to switch back to live because it always for some reason pauses when I go out. It is a very American thing, yeah. It's very well. It's weird because it's not really strictly an American thing. It's more of just like a it's a different sport kind of thing. I feel like this is much more of like a UFC type vibe where it's like everyone gets their own individual walkout. Whereas like I feel like in England and in other like spheres of the football world, it's very much focused on like this is one team versus another team. Whereas I think that America kind of has that like they like individual stars. I think it's why like Inter Miami are obviously so big over there now. It's because they have Messi, so it's like, oh, it's Messi FC. Like everyone watches that team because Messi's there, and he's like the big star. Oh, NBA as well. I don't really follow NBA or the NHL, unfortunately. Obviously I'm a Brit, so I don't really get the don't really get the option to most of the time. But yeah, I've just realised I'm uncentered, and I feel weird because I'm uncentered. Also, before we continue, we've got I did say I would change this mug cam for the day. We do have our Chelsea Cup again. I've got new coasters as well, so which I will not be showing on stream because I don't know if they would. I don't know if they'd get they'd get a bit people pissed off because it's a bit what's the word? A bit controversial, let's say. Yeah, I'm gonna unmute. Just let me know if the game is heard in the back. When does it start? It starts in 3 minutes. 7 o'clock British Standard Time. Oh, as I said, I'm really hoping for a Delap goal. That's all I want today. I want a Delap goal. I want Gusto to have another good performance as well, because I think that he's slowly starting to build his confidence back up. Like, he had that one really good game for France, and he suddenly just looks like a different player. So I'm hoping that can continue. Is my thing rotating or not? I can't tell if it is. I haven't looked. Okay, it is rotating. Excellent. I've got to remember to actually click the... the starting clock. Jackson subbed on at halftime. Would you want to see a full 90? I think that Jackson's not going to play 45 minutes. I think he'll play about 35. I think what he's going to do, and this is what I said last time about I said this. I think I said this at the end of the game last time. I think what we'll see is obviously in that first game Jackson played about 60 minutes. Then Delap came on. I think in this game we'll see Delap play about 60 minutes, and then Jackson will come on, and then kind of Enzo will for the third group game he'll assess which one he thought like played better, and he'll start whoever that is for a full 90 next time. There he is, Jorginho. He's the danger man. It's weird seeing Gonzalo Plata up front. I swear he's more of a winger, but there we are. I wonder if that's because Bruno Enrique, who I expected to play, has got a yellow. So we have 4 changes. Obviously, Trevor's playing. Oh, we're playing in our away kit as well, by the way. That's a good thing. Oh, and speaking of kits, oh, that's a good segue. That's a good segue. So I hinted at something possibly happening last stream. I can now confirm that I have read the T's and C's. I have signed off on the T's and C's, and that is going to be happening at some point soon. Which is very exciting, and it's something I'm really happy that's going to happen for the channel. But obviously, again, because it's not, I basically need to wait for the other party to kind of send me something for me to be able to talk about it fully. But yes, it is happening now, which I'm very excited for. Yeah, Santos is in the squad. We are rocking the away kit. The away kit is absolutely gorgeous. All genuinely, I know Nike, however you want to pronounce it, gets a lot of stick for like recent years of how bad our kits have been sometimes, but every single kit, including our training kits and everything, is absolutely superb this year. Genuinely, they're all beautiful. I'm like, I saw them in the training kit is like a starry kind of thing with like constellations on it. I'm like, oh, so pretty, so good. I love having good kits. Like I said, I'm going to be getting every single one of those shirts. By the way, like I've made a commitment. I've made a commitment for this season. I'm going to be getting everyone. Would still prefer Jordan, yeah, probably. I think they kind of Jordan are a bit more. What's the word? They're a bit more less sports based and more, or like sports/business based, and they're a bit more aesthetic based. I would say as a company in general. Do we have a third kit? Yeah, we do. We definitely do have a third kit. I can't remember what it looks like. We definitely have one. I've definitely seen it somewhere. I think it's I think we've got a black kit. I think our third kit is a black kit. I'm pretty sure. So we've got like the obviously the Chelsea blue for our home kit. We've got this like beautiful kind of white, black and red thing that we're wearing today. And then we've got oh, we're getting a countdown. Wait, hang on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, cool. I didn't forget to do the timer this time, so we're good. Black and silver one with the old badge. Yep. That's the one. And again, black and silver. Come on, look at the stream. Yeah, I'm looking at the crowd. And you know what? Actually, I thought it would be a bit more red than it actually is. It looks quite a good mix of red and blue in the crowd, but that could just be on the hard cam side because they're trying to make it look a bit more balanced. It's a foul already. Flamengo players are getting around the referee in the first 30 minutes. Not a surprise there. Colwell being a bit too overzealous there. I think it's Gerson who's down. He does look quite badly hurt. Also, yeah, the manager for Flamengo today, ex Chelsea left back Philippe Luis rather. That was such a weird window when we got him, and he was one of the best left backs in the world at the time. And we got him, and we were like, oh my god, our team's gonna be so good. And then he just didn't ever get a game. He just never played for us, which is very odd. Oh, Delap is, oh, Delap having a bit of afters with one of their centre backs already. That's what I like to see. Go on, rough him up. Flamengo are already quite committed to playing it on the floor, but they have gone long for the goalkeeper. Tosin's going to, not Tosin, Chalobah rather, is going to slap it up top. There's loads of balloons on the pitch too. That's fun. Yeah, so now looking at it, it's 100%. James is in the midfield somehow, but he's actually playing really high. I think James might be playing in the right 10, which is really odd. He's literally like outside the edge of the box now. So good, yeah. So I think instead of me, I thought he would play a bit deeper, but maybe that's just because Enzo, or rather Caicedo, is playing as the lone centre mid rather than oh, Sanchez, what are you doing? It's a really good ball, and they couldn't get the touch. They should have scored. They should have scored. How many? And Kunku must have scored a hattie already. There's so many balloons on the pitch. Right, there's so many balloons that they're getting in the way of the hard cams, or like they're blocking the screen. Yeah, a bit of a dodgy moment from Sanchez. Hopefully he can get that. That's his one bozo moment for the game, and he can get it out. Flamengo are committed to pressing high here as well. It's another horror ball from Sanchez. What is he doing? Referee has told us to play on after a foul. James needs to get on to Sanchez here and tell him to stop being a dickhead. So Flamengo are pressing really well here. But yeah, it's individual mistakes again. Like Sanchez needs to just hoof that. He can't be. He's trying to play these like precise kind of dinked balls into the midfield, and it's just not working. It's starting to get a little bit shaky. You know what I mean? Oh, lovely little flick from Moises Caicedo to get away from the pressure. James with a long ball, and it's up to no one because we don't have a winger. Ball over the top has gone to Araujo. Decent shot from the left back there, but not really going to trouble Sanchez ever. Typical Chelsea fashion, we don't start very well. Gusto is playing right wing. Or at least kind of like in a half and half role. Oh, Enzo, great ball for Liam Delap. Oh, good save. That's that same run that he got an assist from last time. Ball in behind from Enzo is beautiful. Delap into the right channel gets a strike away. He definitely could have possibly tried to seek out Neto, but I don't think that was the option for him. I like seeing my strikers take shots on anyway. Here's a corner, of course. James to take it. The referee is waiting for balloons to leave the area before we can take the goal, the corner rather. That's funny. It's an outswinger from James from the right side. Dinked into the front post. Colwell gets his head to it, but it's over the top. Delap will score. I feel like if that's his first chance and he's got that close, I think he probably will get an opportunity. Someone's down. I said if they keep playing the way that they're playing and they're trying to play this high press style, if we can get past that first press, then we're just gonna open them up pretty easily. This is a game that would suit Lavia so well, but he's not playing, unfortunately. High tempo start. I imagine it'll get slower as the game goes on. Good ball in again. Araujo with a heavy touch, and Caicedo is the one who wins it in the kind of defensive third. Yeah, so James is playing at the base of midfield here, with Caicedo. I think he's just getting a bit high at times, and we're kind of leaving Caicedo as the lone centre mid. So we're going that kind of 3-1, 3-3 that we usually see. Bro, I am. Like, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to like say every single action that's ever happening? Like, I'm quiet when there's nothing happening, bruv. Chill. It's gone wide to Gusto, who is kind of playing a bit more of a right back role in this game. It's weird. He's kind of playing as a half and half. He's not like staying at right back, but he's dropping into right back when we kind of need to build up from that side. Long ball from Colwell is stray. The balloons are actually disrupting the Flamengo players. They keep kicking the balloons rather than the ball. That's funny. It's a good ball in to the midfield. I think this is Gerson. Out to Wesley on the right side. They're playing, again, they're playing their fullbacks really, really high like I expected them to. Caicedo wins the ball again in the middle. It's great. Here comes Neto down the left wing. Can put the burners on. He got shrouded out by about 3 players there. You know, I actually my partner is pretty fluent in ASL. Like if they taught me, I could probably do that. Again, the balloons. There's so many balloons that like it's just genuinely getting in the way of the game at times. It's actually kind of funny. We got the ball here with Sanchez, building up from the back. Good spell of possession for us now. Yeah, I mean, Neto does that sometimes where he's trying to do too much at times. I feel like he could have just bursted down, but you got to like remember he's just ran about 60 yards up the pitch, so like he's probably knackered at that point. Throw in for Flamengo on the right side into Jorginho, who is being absolutely pressed to oblivion by Reece James in this game so far, which is exactly what I want to see. It's back with Rossi. It's Wesley again. Good ball into the centre, and it's a first time ball over the top from Diaz Skater. It's Yerson on the right side. Good ball in for the number 10 again, but it's straight out the goalkeeper. Of course, out there because we're playing a bit of a high line when we're pressing, so. Okay, we're trying to, it seems very much like we're trying to play it through this press. We've got it now with Reece James, who's dropped into right back. A bit of a horror ball from Gusto makes... Oh, there's been a bit of afters by Caicedo and one of their players. To Jorginho, who has they have been diving pretty heavily already in this first half, I will say. It's been about 10 minutes and I've already seen about 3 or 4. So I think that's why Caicedo is getting a bit mad, and he has been booked for it. I think he's been booked for the reaction more than the actual tackle. It was again, it's a hospital pass from Gusto. He doesn't touch him. Literally doesn't touch him. Doesn't touch him at all, and he's yeah, no. A little bit, maybe a little bit of contact on the second look, but like it's not enough for him to be screaming on the floor like an idiot like that. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Oh no, Moy got a yellow card and now he's going to be the best midfielder on the planet for the next 80 minutes. It's been another yellow for someone. I think it's someone on the bench, maybe? Or is it to I think it might be to No, Gerson's the captain, so I assume he's just talking to him. I don't know who he's carded someone else as well. But it is a foul. They have given a free kick on the left side. I assume it's Diaz Skater who's on it. Is it a Jorginho yellow as well? Ball into the boxes to the back post. It's won by the Flamengo player, but it falls to us quite kindly. It's cleared by... Oh, they've given it away to Pedro Neto, who's free here. Go on, Pedro. 1-on-1 with the goalie. Might be a question of a handball in the build-up, but it's a fantastic goal from Pedro. Phenomenal. Yeah, the Flamengo defense are a bit slow, let's say that. He's just absolutely breezed past them all. It's good what's the word, persistence from him, because he wins the ball and then he loses it and then he wins it back again. Nope, it's off the chest. It's off the chest twice, in fact. That's so funny. It's double ricochet off his chest. It's bounced off the Flamengo defender to play him in. No one can get back. No one's quick enough. Beats the keeper pretty well. I'm telling you, you know what? He's kind of cooking on the left side. And this is what I said yesterday in the last game. I said I'd like for us to be able to try and play a bit more transitional at times, because this is where our danger men are, like, kind of thriving. But obviously we saw from what Enzo Maresca was saying that, like, the team, he just didn't think that the team were good enough to be able to play that style yet, and now it seems like he wants to kind of commit to that a little bit more. But yeah, 1-0 Chelsea in 13-14 minutes. Delap is nearly stolen that from the defender there. Flamengo on the ball with their right back. It's the first time ball in again. They keep doing that. First time ball down the wing from the midfielders. That one was from Pulgar. It's crossfield diag from the Chilean, and his winger can't keep it on. I was gonna say it looked like it went off. Gusto to take. It's up to Delap, who's held it up pretty well. Done really well to roll his man, but then he's handballed it. That's ridiculous. Why is that not a card? That's Leo Pereira, I think. Yeah. Yeah, he literally deliberately handballs that, by the way, and he's not got a yellow. That's ridiculous. That's like, not even like accidentally. He's reached down to the floor to touch the ball with his hand. Given away by Colwell. It's out to the right side with Plata, rather. Good claim from Sanchez. He's going to get us on our way already here. Ball over the top from Palmer. We haven't really seen much of Palmer today. He's playing in a bit of an odd position, I think. The pressure is told very well. It's Fernandez who's got the ball. Tries to play it over the top for Delap. I think the smarter ball would have been to Neto there, but unfortunate. Yeah, it's weird. I haven't really seen much of Palmer today. I think he is kind of playing as a right winger, which is a bit weird. So he's not getting as involved because he's not central. Jorginho's been thrown to the floor by Reece James again. Gerson gets the ball. It's another foul by Enzo. I think it might have gone... It's gone the other way, though. I think it's actually Gerson who's been fouled for a dive, maybe? Don't know. He pointed the other direction. Even the commentary is now saying that there's being, quote, over-exaggerations on the fouls, which I think is true. Oh no, they have given it to them. Flamengo playing it around the back here. They are playing a bit of a kind of three at the back formation here. I think that, like, their right back and left back are getting really, really high here. Over the top for Jorginho. The player is offside and it'll fall straight to Sanchez. Gusto is now playing a bit more right backy. They're putting the pressure on Sanchez here. He launches it long on his left foot. It's going to fall straight to them. Cole's done well to win that. I mean, it's a kind of common... It's a common trope of South American football in general, is that they are a little bit divey, let's say. It happens in England too. I'm not going to say that we're not, but it's just... It's very common over there. I don't actually know where the referee is from, so the officiating may depend on that, to be fair. And it's weird because you get those types of players, but then you also get types of players like Caicedo, for example, who is a South American playing from a South American league and is an absolute tough nut. So Sanchez to take the goal kick. I think we've got the LAFC Tunis game later today as well, which basically if Tunis lose, which they most likely will, then we've already qualified if we win this game. So we don't actually need to use the last game. And we can rotate players in that game, which would be good. Because, again, not only are they a pretty weaker side, but also that would be, like, a game we don't need to actually win. So good work from Neto to win the ball back. He's fouled, and the referee's given absolutely nothing for it. Okay, I can feel like it's going to be one of those games. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, Delap could have had a chance there. Or not Delap, Palmer, rather. Long ball over the top is cut out by Chalobah. And Caicedo's thrown to the floor and given a foul. I think Caicedo's playing a bit of the dark arts there. Now he's known that the referee's going to give everything, so he's just fallen to the floor. Where do you watch the match? It's on DAZN. It's free for people that have a DAZN account, so you can watch it on there, DAZN.com. Which is what I'm currently watching it on. I think that goes for every single Club World Cup game. I think they've got the publishing rights, so they've got all of the games. We're playing it out with Chalobah here. Gusto's going to play a ball down the line for Delap. He's going to try and get on the end of it, and he's done well here to kind of disrupt the centre-back, but he's done enough to get it back to the goalie. It's Pereira again who's fallen to the floor. Jorginho, who's dropping in between the centre-backs like we spoke about in our preview. Delap's going to press this and force him to go long. And it goes off the pitch from Augustine Rossi. Reece James does really well to get that through to Caicedo. It's now Enzo Fernandez on the left side. Or rather, he's left it for Cuckoo. This is the first time we've really had possession a little bit further up the pitch. We keep keeping it quite low. Good ball from Colwell down to Cuckoo as well. Into Caicedo. Tries to try a first-time ball and it doesn't come off. It's Gerson who's got the ball now. And he has to go back. It's good work from Caicedo to keep tracking him. I think a lot of the referees are actually South American. I'm pretty sure the one which we had for last game was Venezuelan. Good work from Jorginho to evade the pressure. Now with Gerson. Out to the number 43. Delap is like so close to getting all of these balls that keep going back. It's back with the right back. Now it's Plata. Ball is cut out by Malo Gusto very well. And he's going to continue his run here. If Palmer can get his head up, he doesn't react quick enough and gets the ball taken off him. Jorginho into Araujo. And it's back with Pereira. And Jorginho in that kind of left deeper role that we've seen him in the past. Good ball up to the left back, Ortiz. It's fallen all the way to the other side to the right back. He's thinking about taking a strike. Does take a strike. Cuckoo blocks it. And he's going to have to go backwards. I will say one thing. I was talking about Varela getting in behind. And, oh, it's a bad challenge from Neto. Really bad. Oh, it's from El Salvador. From Central America then instead. Yeah, I was saying about how Varela I thought was going to be a very good asset for them in the preview. It's actually the substitute right back who's come on who's actually doing all of that. It's Wesley who's completely and utterly causing us issues down this right-hand side. And Neto has to foul him, and it's a good area for them to get a free kick. Yeah, it's a bit weird seeing Palmer. I feel like it's more so Palmer's kind of just not getting into the game. And in this kind of style that we're playing, it suits us better to have like a pacey winger who's going to be making runs in behind rather than someone like Palmer who wants to drop deep and get the ball. Which is why, again, why Pedro Neto kind of played quite well already so far. But it is him who gives away the foul, and they will take the free kick soon, hopefully. It's already been about 2 minutes, and they still haven't taken it. Yeah, he does get yellowed for it. It's a low ball, trying to catch out the goalkeeper. It's deflected by Mark Cucurella, out for another corner, but for Flamengo this time. It did seem like it was going to go straight to Sanchez anyway. They've taken the corner short. Araujo. Cleared by Trevor Chalobah as the ball went back in. Trevor's been pretty good so far. At the moment, they've had more of the ball, but we kind of expected that, I would suggest. I did say in my preview, I was saying they like to keep the ball. They like to play it on the floor, so we expect to see a lot of that. Oh, it's it's so close again from Delap. If he's a bit quicker, he gets that ball. They keep trying to pass it through, like around the back, and he keeps sniffing them out. They've played the ball 1-2 touch here. They've got it to Plata. Now Gerson. Out to the right back, Wesley again, who's going to try and put the ball in. His touch is a little bit heavy. Good ball in, and it's cleared by James, who's in the centre of the box. Definitely adjustments to be made for Maresca, I would like to say. Yeah, playing it into the wide areas pretty comfortably, and we're not really dealing with it. But still us in the lead, though. Let's see if this corner can change that. Ball directly into the back post, and Sanchez claims it very, very well. That's exactly what I asked for in my preview. No second balls for them. Cheers. Oof. So they are doing the thing where if the goalkeeper holds the ball for too long, they give corners. So Sanchez did just get a warning for that because he was holding it for quite a long time. There's a little bit of a change from the Premier League. I think they're going to be introducing that in the Prem as well. I hope so. I think that's a good way to combat the time wasting. Wesley with a nice little flick ball over for. Oof. Plata nearly getting a goal. As an offside, I think it was Wesley who was off. Yeah, he's just offside. Good spot from the lino. Chelsea and Chalobah started really, really well. Colwell will take the long ball. It's going to go up for Neto on the left-hand side. And it's cleared by Wesley. It's Cuckoo who will take the throw in here. Delap has ran into the channel. He's going to try and get on the end of this, and he does. And he plays it in for Neto, who's not going to reach it. Cucurella's won it back, though. Across the box to Malo Gusto, who's going to try and take a strike here. Ooh! You know what? It could have gone in. It's been spilled by the goalkeeper, and there was no one really alive to the shot. But decent strike from Gusto. We don't see him scoring goals, ever. He's still waiting for his first Chelsea goal, bless him. I hope he gets it soon. Now Flamengo playing it to the goalkeeper, Rossi, who's nearly given it away to Palmer immediately. He gets away with it. And the left back is going to be running up the pitch here. He's tracked by Gusto very well, and Chalobah will clean it up. Good collective defending by Chelsea there. And James, under pressure, has given the ball out as well. So they are keeping the tempo high on their press, I would say, which is quite impressive considering we're about 30 minutes into the game and it is absolutely boiling. Good work from Cuckoo to win the ball back. Long ball up to Liam Delap is fantastic hold-up play, but Neto can't keep it. Oh, can he? Or can he? Or can he? His balance is so good. He's kept all of it. He's got past 1 or 2. Gets it back to Delap. Who's going to be keep... Oh, Delap is so hard to get off the ball. He's... And there's a bit of afters from Leo Pereira, who's obviously a bit ego-checked with him getting bullied off the ball. Neto did really, really well there. Should be a corner, right? Is it a corner or is it a throw? It's really good work from Neto. Like, fantastic balance to get away from 2 players, get away from a 3rd player, and then get it to Delap. We've taken that corner or throwing short. It's Cuckoo. Gerson has tried to play it out from the back here. They're very committed to playing this out from the back, even up at the goal kick line. And somehow Cuckoo has given away a free kick for basically nothing. He's just got on a yellow card for gently pushing someone. There's a cooling break to talking about how hot it was. There's been a cooling break, and I am going to also take a cooling break. I'm only drinking water and nothing else. Do not get that. Don't get that twisted. I'm definitely not pouring myself Dr. Pepper. I kid. I am on. As I mentioned before, I'm on keto, so everything is no sugar for me. I'm trying to see if there's any specific instructions being given here. I think Enzo Maresca, that is talking to James specifically. Don't know if that's just because he's the captain or not, or if he wants something more from him. I think he needs to switch on a little bit more, James. He's been caught out a few times in that. Okay, he's got the little tactics board out, little magnet with the little magnets, talking to all of the team. That's really cool. We don't really get to see that any of the kind of tactical changes from Maresca, because he's obviously very, very good at doing that at half time. We normally look better in second halves than we do in first half. So I would love to be in that dressing room and be able to like tell what he's saying. But we've got a little bit of it from there. We've just got the ref view for the Neto goal. He's so quick. Commentary. I like the commentary for this game. They've been quite charming. Palmer is talking to Tosin and Madueke for advice, it looks like, on the bench. It's been... So it's weird having these cooling breaks, but it's very, again, this is a very, even though this is something that we've been seeing recently in like international tournaments and stuff, it's a bit odd still seeing it, because it never used to be a thing. When the game restarts, it will be a free kick to Flamengo. And it has restarted. It's back with Augustin Rossi. And we're pressing high. Chelsea pressing really, really high here as they try and play it out from the back. Back to Rossi. Long ball from the goalkeeper. It's going to go all the way over the top, but Chalobah should deal with this pretty comfortably, and he does. Ball goes out for a throw on the left side, which Cuckoo will take. That is taken. And Cuckoo has kicked it off the pitch, but much further up. Wesley will take it quickly to Jorginho. It's Pereira now. It's back to Jorginho, who's dropped in between the centre backs. And again, he's every time he gets the ball, he's looking for that direct pass. There's another one over the top here, which Gusto deals well with. And Caicedo is fouled. And interestingly, Caicedo has gone into the middle of the two centre backs here to play this free kick. So I wonder if we're going to be kind of matching that three at the back at some times. Sanchez back to Chalobah. He's done really well, Chalobah. He's surging up the pitch here. Delap, who plays a bit of a hold-up play. It's not the greatest ball from him, but he's won it back. And now that ball is better, but it's a terrible touch from Neto. And it goes back to the centre-back, Danilo. What was Neto's goal like? Pretty decent. It wasn't like a let's not say it wasn't like a messy dribble or anything, but he ran past a few players. It was more of a tenacious kind of, you know, a long ball up to him, and he just kept fighting for it and eventually got it. Decent finish as well. Goalkeeper probably should have done a bit better though. Gusto will head this back to Sanchez. He's got to be careful here not to hold the ball for too long. It's funny because the two like big goal scorers slash assisters in this game with Palmer and Diaz-Esqueta, they have both been completely missing. That being said, there's a good ball up here from Caicedo up to Enzo Fernandez. Gives it to Cucurella. We're going to try and keep the ball here a little bit more. I think we haven't really had the opportunity to just keep the ball so far. It's gone back to Colwell and now James. This is Palmer, who's dropped very deep to get the ball. It's Caicedo, who's able to get it past his marker. It's Reece James, who's dropped into the right back role. Good long pass from him will go up to Enzo, but he's not going to get there. It's actually Pedro Neto, rather. And Wesley will come away with the ball. It's Eric Pulgar. Diaz-Esqueta has got an opportunity to get on the ball and do something now, but he's not done particularly well with it. And Neto wins? No, doesn't win a throw-in. I think that's a bit of a contentious one. Throw in for Cuckoo here. Throws it all the way back to Colwell, who will get this to Sanchez. Oh, maybe not. He slips on this terrible, terrible AstroTurf and gives the ball away. It's with Gerson on the right side. So the game has slowed down a lot more, as I kind of expected it to, as the players are kind of dehydrated and tired from the running around in the sun for so long. It's gone back to Leo Pereira, not Danilo. Cucurella wins it well from Wesley, but he's given it away, or Enzo's given it away rather. Colwell does it well with it though to win it back, and Sanchez has launched it away for Neto, who's the defenders missed the ball, so Neto's got a free run here. It's 2v2. He needs the lap to make a run into the box, and he's just not doing it, and they've slowed down the attack incredibly and lost all the momentum. But it's now gone out to Palmer on the right side. Gusto's made the overlap. Back to Palmer. He's going to look for the ball into the box. It's not coming though. Gusto again. Lovely little ball into Palmer, who's been fouled, and they have given it after a bit of an appeal. It's Jorginho who's given that away. Why don't they have grass pitches in the US? I mean, they do. They do have grass in the US. I just don't think it's for... They don't really have, like, football... Yeah, as you said, they don't really have football stadiums, I don't think. Most of their stadiums are, like, for American football, and they have to repurpose them, so they just, like, quickly put Astro down. And it's also just in these types of climates as well, the grass doesn't do too well getting so much sun. Too arid. Yeah, trust me, I used to have, at my high school, when I used to play... that we had these cages, we had these football cages in my high school, and they were like the horrible AstroTurf with those little rubber balls that bounce around everywhere. There's so many carpet burns from them. It's awful. The Flamengo players are doing a bit of dark arts here and standing too close. It's a ball in from Palmer. It's cleared away at the front post. Gusto's got to be careful here not to lose the ball, and he is. I think Gusto's been pretty decent this game as well. He looks much better from what we've seen from him this season. He looks a completely different player since that France game. Back to Sanchez. Left-footed ball up to Cucurella does well, and he gets it to Enzo, who's lost the ball to Wesley. It's almost like we're playing a like a kind of like a front two at times with Neto and Delap. Luis Araujo is going to try and get away from Gusto, and his pass is utterly woeful, so it doesn't get to anyone that is in a red and black shirt. Back to Sanchez. Shalabar. Great left-footed pass from him out to Gusto on the right side. We've got a bit of a chance, a little bit of space here. We can't really get those runs in, and that's a horror pass from James, I think. Oh, Caicedo just gets a little bit of a touch on that pass and it stops it from getting through. But again, dangerous whenever we give away the ball. Enzo having a bit of a stinker so far. I think pretty much our entire midfield is having a stinker. That's what I said in my preview. I said that their midfield is really, really good and will just pass it around us if we're not careful. And it's pretty much what's been happening so far. But it's all Palmer, James, Enzo. Caicedo at times has been a bit shaky. He's obviously been the best of the four, but it's with Eric Pulgar here now. And James has tried to tackle him, and he's fallen over and gotten a foul. About 5 minutes until the end of the half, or just under 4 minutes, plus whatever's added on. Long ball from Danilo is going to reach Wesley. He's been their best player by a mile, by the way. He's tackled by Cucurella. Beautiful. That is never a foul. Ever. In any game. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous call from the referee. He kicks the ball away. And of course, the guy falls to the floor after being embarrassed and holds his face, and the referee gives it. Of course they do. Ridiculous. Ridiculous refereeing. The skater is trying to gain a couple yards on this free kick, and Liam Delap is having none of it. Two-man wall for Chelsea. They're going to be taking this free kick from the right side with the skater whipped in. It's a good ball to the back post. It's a very good... It's clearance off the line by Levi Colwill. Fantastic from him. And we can't get it away fully. Back to the skater. Another long ball to the back post. It's this time done really, really well. Moises Caicedo gives it to Sanchez, who rolls it out quickly. They're showing a replay whilst we're on a counter-attack for some reason. I can't tell what's happening currently in the game because they've randomly decided to show like loads of replays, even though we were on an attack. DAZN coverage for you. There we go. Well, we've got the ball apparently. It's Colwell. James has dropped into the back three now in the centre. He plays out to Gusto on the right wing. Good ball down the line for Pedro Neto, who's on the right side now. Good ball in for Delap. Good block from the right back again, who's everywhere. It's Neto on the right side again. Back to Palmer, who's going to try and get past his man. Cannot do it. It's out for a throw. Good defending there. It's good work from Neto from that right side as well. Kept onside. Here's Reece James in the middle. Chalabar out to Gusto. Gusto's done well there to get past his man. Here's Caicedo. Sweeping long ball out to Cucurella on the left side. Nice little ball from him into Fernandez, who gets on the end of it. He does really, really well. That's a pen. That's a penalty. That's 100% a foul. In fact, I think it was actually started outside the box, but that's 100% a foul and the referee's not giving it. Ridiculous. He's got hold of his shirt. Ridiculous refereeing. You know what? Check one off the bingo card. Fuck this guy. Ugh. That's a blatant foul. This referee has had an absolute horror show. I want to see that from the ref cam. Let's see what he sees. He can see a clear hand on the shirt from that camera angle, and he's not giving it. Ridiculous. It's a VAR check going on, but I don't think it's outside. I think it's outside, but it's still a foul. The big cheer has just gone off out in the crowd because of possible penalty. Nope. It's been cleared. Ridiculous. It's another man. This fucking referee is gonna get rocks thrown at his car when he goes home. Tell you. They've taken the free kick quickly. It's out on the right side. Gusto deals with it. There's some more afters on Palmer now. He's just. It's going to be scrappy. The referee is running the risk of making this game dangerous. And there's another one, late one from Delap on their centre back, and he's given a card for it. Fucking hell, this guy's a useless cunt. These diving pricks are just fooling this cunt over and over again. They're running down the left-hand side here, and Gusto does enough to stop the ball from going in from Plata, but it will go for a corner. Ugh. It's another corner from them after Palmer stops the short corner. It's their fourth corner of the game. They've had three more than us, rather. Ball to the centre of the box. It's Pereira, and it's tame. Sanchez will kick the ball long. We've got maybe one more opportunity to get a goal here before the whistle blows. But they've won it, and we're just not bothering to get out from the box. Here comes Diarra, and Kukurea knocks it behind. Yeah, possibly. I think maybe. I think a few of the people that are carded will come off. I don't think all of them will, but I think some of them might. I think our players are checked out of this game now because the referee is just screwing us over at every opportunity. So they're just like they've kind of given up at this point. So they're getting a lot more opportunities than we expect to. Wesley with a shot from about 40 yards and it goes nowhere, and Sanchez saves it, and that is the halftime whistle. Ridiculous. We're gonna change the match clock here for a second. There we go. Well, we are leading at halftime, which is good. How much have I sworn at the ref so far? There was a not a lot, but there was a bit of a section where I lost my rag with him. Yeah, this guy is genuinely a clown. He's a clown. So the standard of contact between leagues is a real issue that needs to be addressed in these types of competitions, because like all of these fouls that they're getting aren't fouls in the Premier League. They just aren't. And and then the one time there is a blatant foul, they just don't give it. Yeah, yeah. So it's soft, isn't it? That's it. Those certain leagues and certain officials from certain leagues are very silly. Let's say. I think people always forget this, is the fact that football is a contact sport by definition. Like, you're allowed to touch people. That's not a problem. But yeah, I mean, 10 or 15 minutes for Enzo to get some words to his players, and hopefully get something changing in the second half, because we haven't played particularly well, except for that one goal that we got. Literally, I've gone onto my timeline, I've gone onto my Twitter, and every single tweet in a row is about 7 in a row, just everyone complaining about the referee. Lapis reminded me of Costa, yeah. He's got the same type of profile. Is that kind of, again, but the unfortunate thing is, like, this is again against a set of players and a referee that are just not going to let him play the way that, you know, Diego Costa and him like to play by roughing up players. He's just not going to be allowed to do that, which is upsetting, because that's like good centre forward play that's just like completely eradicated from his game. I love this. So it's really funny as well, because there's like news aggregators and stuff on Twitter, that have to seem slightly impartial. They're not allowed to, like, you know, they're Chelsea like news aggregators, but they can't just be really biased and be like horrible and stuff. So listen to this. It says, Flamengo are making plenty of fouls, however none have seen a yellow card. Meanwhile, Chelsea are being penalised for challenges that aren't fouls. God, that's very funny. Literally, my entire timeline, my entire timeline is just complaining about the referees. I'm glad I'm not alone on that. Cole's been missing in the first half. Yeah, I said there's a lot of our midfield in general have been quite poor. Palmer's one of those. Again, he's because he's playing in a weird position because he's back out on that right hand side, and he's just like he hasn't been playing there for so long, and he's not really able to get the ball because we keep playing it to the left. We're much more like used to playing it to the left because Cuckoo gets so high. There. No, we're just getting all the adverts from the extra things. Some boxings on, which I'm probably gonna watch. I don't know. Depends on what time it is. So I expect there to be halftime substitutions. There's been a lot of games recently that are being stopped for weather as well. I've noticed. I saw that. I think it was the Palmeiras game was delayed because of possible storms. I'm gonna mute the stream because I can't think whilst people are talking. It sounds really funny, right? Because I'm a person that does a lot of like analysis and a lot of like tactics talk and stuff like that. But I absolutely hate listening to pundits talk about the game after like at half time and stuff. I just like oh. Flamengo had a better first half. Chelsea were more precise. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I would say that I say that the Flamengo team played much better than us, but yeah, it's just that we've had that one moment where we were clinical and they haven't really been able to put their dominance. Haven't really been able to put that dominance into practice yet. But again, game of two halves. I said it depends on. It's just for Chelsea, it's just like they haven't been able to get their creative players on the ball enough. So Flamengo done really well of keeping the ball, which is what I expected. But there we are. Oh. But yeah, no, as I was saying, I find it odd, but like I just can't listen to like the analysis in the middle or like at the end of games. I'm like, I'll do my own analysis, thanks. I'll listen to it. I'll watch it with my own eyes rather than being told like what's happening, and I'll make my own kind of judgment. Delap definitely could have got on a goal there. If he shoots that more across the goalkeeper, he probably gets a goal. He tries to go to the near post. That's it. Refs aside, Flamengo have been pretty decent, but yeah. I'm very obviously not trying to cause a civil war by saying what I actually think, but there we go. Oh, also about an hour ago, Liverpool have confirmed the signing of Florian Wirtz, and I'm going to be watching every single game of his and hoping that he flops after the way they've been talking about Caicedo for the last 2 months. So there we go. My hate watch last season was always the Spurs and Arsenal games. My hate watch this season is going to be Liverpool. I'm going to hate watch every single one of their Prem games and hope that he flops. So that's literally, because I said there's absolutely no way that I'm letting them get away with the slander that they've given Caicedo. £116.5 million supposedly for him. It's a bit of an odd one. And currently our England under-19s are being absolutely battered by the Netherlands as well, so that's fun. Just trying to see if I can find some news that's talking about any rumoured subs or anything at the moment. A lot of people giving credit for giving credit to Neto for his contributions in that first half, and he has been pretty good for my money. I thought you were about to say they signed Isak. No, absolutely not. I said this earlier. I don't think Isak's going anywhere. I think Newcastle are a big enough team for him to not want to move. I don't think he's the type of player that would move for money, particularly. Like, he gets to play every single week. He gets to score loads of goals. He gets to play in an environment that's like, like fun for him because he obviously everyone at that club loves him. So I don't think he'll ever want to leave. I don't think he actually has a reason to. Like I said, the only reason he would ever like leave is that if he got like a massive pay rise. But I just don't think anyone's gonna really be able to outpay the Saudis. What do I think about Noni link with Arsenal? I think that is absolute bollocks. If I'm being honest, I don't think that Noni should be going anywhere, let alone to a direct rival. We're already short on wingers. We don't need more wingers going. Like we've lost 2 of our left wingers this year. We still haven't brought in a left winger, which we're probably going to. But we probably need 2 of them, which is unfortunate. I don't think, as I said, I think having the options be Esteval and Noni on the right, and then whoever the other 2 left wingers on the left, and Neto being like this kind of like, what's the word, Swiss Army knife who can play both sides. I think that's kind of a good balance for us. But to be fair, with the performances he's been putting in these last few games, Neto's probably got in ahead of Noni now. But overall, I think Noni is a better right winger than him. But I think this is the thing, is that Neto is weird because he's a player that you'd think would be good on the right side, but he's actually just much better on the left because he's just like, cool, put your head down and run type of player rather than actually trying to be technical and dribble past people. But he's done well. I'm getting an ad about Superman now. I want to see what people are saying about this ref cam thing. Yeah, loads of people saying this is really dodgy. It's literally it's an obvious pen on the ref cam, and yeah, ridiculous. A lot of people memeing the weird headbutt from Delap in that first half. He's actually on 120k a week. That's crazy. I think I imagine he's probably on an incentivized contract though. I imagine he's like, for that low, he's probably going to get an improved deal from Newcastle as well, I'd imagine, before he leaves at all. So the only people that are probably going to be like willing to pay what I would expect he would go for, which is about at least 200k a week, are probably maybe Arsenal, United, but who would want to go to United? They're an absolute travesty of an institution. As I said, if he does go anywhere, Arsenal's probably the place to go. I don't think he'd go to Liverpool particularly. Again, they've just spent 116 million on Verts, so don't think they're going to fork out another 120 plus for him. And that's the main thing. I think his price tag would just be too high for any club to even consider, because like Newcastle are just going to be like, well, if Verts is sold for 116, then Isak's worth at least 160, 150 million. That's the thing that they can kind of bargain on from that. The inflation in football and price tags in general is ridiculous. We're seeing some Chelsea fans in the crowd that have got towels on their head because it is so hot, and I do not blame them. I think we're going to be getting back into the game soon here, so I'm going to unmute again. Yeah, it's back with the commentary team. I'm looking for the touchline here to see if there's anyone coming on, hopefully. Okay, or just a giant advert. Santos in the second half? I would probably play him, yeah. I'd imagine, the thing is, right, so we've got, if we win this game, the next game is like a game where we can play loads of the new guys and like experiment, because we don't need to win the next game, and again, it's against a very lower opposition, but I do think that a small cameo for Santos or a Sugo, I think a Sugo could be one that comes on actually, because Caicedo's carded. Maybe both. Throw them both on. And they said Enzo's not had a particularly good game, so Santos probably comes on for him if he does. Let's see. Again, we're still more adverts. It's the zone. There's going to be an advert every 5 minutes. 5 seconds, rather. Another advert for the knockoff Prime from Messi. Are we back? Nope, it's a Budweiser ad now. We also need depth in left back. Yeah, I think it would be very, very like a complete weird decision for us not to bring in a left back. Um, I assume we're gonna get Hato. Yeah, so I've mentioned in the past, like my partner is from America. They live in one of the hottest states. I'm not going to say which one, but they live in one of the hottest states in the country, and it's like 42 degrees on a casual day. Admittedly, it's arid heat, which is not as bad as like humid heat, which was what we're suffering in the UK right now. It's very, very humid, but it's not as bad of a temperature today. When it gets to like 30, like, which it will be next, I think Sunday is kind of touted as a 30-degree day in England. When it gets to that type of temperature in this country, it's just impossible because you can't escape from it. That's the worst part. You just cannot escape from the heat in here. This is part of the reason why I look absolutely terrible right now. Is that my room that I'm in currently is a loft conversion. So I'm in basically a place that's insulated all around. Like all of the walls have got like fiberglass in them, so like the heat just stays in this room and never leaves. It's horrible. That's why I'm sitting here like sweating. But we are getting the players coming out again now. The Flamengo players are coming out at least. I haven't seen if Chelsea are out yet. Oh, I need to get ready to start the timer as well. I always forget. Are the Chelsea players out? No, the Chelsea players aren't out, so we're letting them wait in the heat for a little bit before we come out. Doesn't look like there's any changes for Flamengo at least. Yeah, exactly. So that's the difference. Like when my partners come over here, and it was just in the springtime. It wasn't even like the last time. It was in the spring. It wasn't even like like in the summer, and it was only like 20 degrees. And even they were saying like, "Wow, this is really hot." It's just like you can't. So having the worst part is just not having AC everywhere. I'm gonna get myself a portable AC unit, I think, for this room. I don't know what's taken our team so long to get out here. Substitutes to come out. There's some substitutes that are what's it, warming up or like kicking the ball around. I don't know if we're going to be making any substitutions or not. Again, we'll wait. Do you think we should keep Kieran Dewsbury Hall? I'm biased in this. I've said this before. I'm quite biased in this, and I think that like he's a much more valuable player to the side than most people would say. But we've got so much midfield depth that like it's kind of hard to see him have a future here. But yeah, I think that with the amount of competitions we've got, he's a very good option. And again, he's our only left-footed central mid other than Palmer, so good dynamism for us to have. We are coming in. It doesn't look like there's any changes so far. No, absolutely none. No changes for Chelsea, no changes for Flamengo, which makes me think that we're probably going to make changes at 60 minutes, I imagine. We need to control the ball a bit more here. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Seems like kickoff is a little bit delayed. Chelsea to kick off. We're going from left to right in the second half. Okay. Time is going. Second half upcoming. Long ball from Sanchez to start off the half. Delap will try and hold on to it. Can't get there. Palmer's won the ball, and then the players tripped over the ball, and they've given a foul. Oh, already? 20 seconds in, they've already got a foul decision wrong. I'm gonna lose my rag, I tell you. Ball in with Gerson now. It's Colwell who's come really high up the pitch to try and stop him. Good ball in behind, but those are coming together, and Cucurella might have left a little bit on one of their players. Referee hasn't given a foul though. Caicedo's dropped into the back line. Gusto has knocked it long the corner, but no one's there. It's with Jorginho now. I think this is going to follow a similar pattern that it followed in the first half, honestly. Here's Jorginho again, who's got space to pick out a pass. He does pick out a pass. Diaz-Skater's pass is cut out, though. Good ball up. Here's Delap. Does well. Hold the ball up. Here's Enzo up to Neto. Good football from Chelsea here. He's got the overlap from Enzo. It's a good ball in for Palmer, but not going to get there. Better start. I feel like he should have played... he should have played... Played Enzo in there. Passing around the back now. Here's Caicedo in the middle. Long ball from him over the top does not reach Delap. But it's fallen back to the Ecuadorian. Here's Malo Gusto on the right wing. He needs support from Palmer. He's not getting it. He's forced all the way back. I think this is what we want, though. We want to control the game a bit more, which is, I think, I'm assuming is what Enzo has kind of said in the halftime team talk. We just want to keep the ball. That's what we're doing currently with Colwell. And Chalobah now. Gusto. Every time Gusto receives the ball, Delap is making a run in behind. He's expecting him to open his body up and play it down the line. He's just not doing it. For whatever reason. Good ball from Colwell, but it's not well taken by Caicedo, and they've won the ball back. But Caicedo's got the ball back again, so it doesn't matter. Reece James does really well to win the ball. Why has he pulled the... Man, this referee. We're on the counter-attack, and speaking of counter-attacks, here comes Delap down the right wing. That ball from Gusto playing that ball in the behind. His cross isn't good enough to reach Palmer though. But yeah, we're on a counter-attack, and the referee's pulled a whistle back for some reason for a foul. Ball over the top for Wesley. He should get on the end of this, and that ball definitely goes out, by the way. Yeah, he does. Okay. Throw in for Chelsea on the left-hand side, high up. No one's offering themselves for Cuckoo to get this ball here. Throw-in has gone to Caicedo. He will recycle the ball back. It's with Gusto now. Palmer does well to get it back to Gusto, who's on the overlap. The Flamengo player is absolutely fouling him all over the shop, and he has been given a foul, but no yellow card somehow. Good work from Gusto down the right. Good opportunity for us to get a ball into the box here and hopefully get Delap on the end of it. James and Neto are standing over it. Palmer's kind of gone away from the ball. I think this will be a Reece James in-swinger from the angle. It's taken by Reece James. It's Cuckoo. Oh, could get enough contact on it. He should have... Then he needed a shout that was like... Oh, I think actually they were all offside anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Good ball from James. Not enough contact from anyone there, though. Flamengo playing the ball out with Wesley here. And he's done well to get past Cucurella once, but can he get past him twice? Absolutely not. It's a good tackle, and the referee agrees for the first time ever. Here's Caicedo. It's back with Sanchez now. Ball into James. They are, you know, that's the thing which I've noticed, that the press trigger on our team is Reece James. As soon as he gets the ball, they're pressing like really hard, and Cuckoo's just kicked the ball off for a corner because there was a little bit of a lack of communication with him and Colwell there. I would say we just don't look very good today. We haven't looked particularly good at any point. I'm sure that the heat is probably partly to blame for that, but yeah. The referee, I will say, the referee just likes talking to people. He's now talking about contact in the box for the corner again. He's already done this in the first half. He's like, he doesn't need to do it again. Doing my nutting, he just likes to be talking. Low ball into the near post. Comes off of one of them and goes out for a goal kick, which is nice. I think it was off Pulgar, who was in the middle there. There's Flamengo players warming up on the sidelines, so I'm trying to see if there's any Chelsea players as well. I can't see any. I said I expect changes about 60 minutes. Here's Sanchez on the ball. Colwell. Into Enzo. Knocks it back to Caicedo. Does really well to get the ball through for Reece James. Here come long ball out to Malagusto on the right side. Good work from us. Good ball into the back post. Oof. Defended well by Wesley. It's good ball from Augusto. Here's Enzo. Ball in from Enzo is trying to go to Delap, but it falls to the goalie instead. Long ball from Rossi will... Oh, James has made a mistake, and here comes Gerson. Does well. You know what? Oh, it's not gone in, but you know what? James has done really well to recover there after making this mistake. I think Sanchez makes a save there. It's just one ball over the top, and there's a miscommunication between James and Chalobah, who both go for the same ball. Plata tries to go with it with his left foot. Well, if he shoots that with his right foot, it goes in. I don't know what he's trying to do there. Yeah, deflection off of the initial shot stops it from going in from James. Ridiculously close. Wake up call for us though, because we've been very, very slow in the start of this half. Sanchez has been injured in his dive. I think he's fallen into the post, and he's already got a strapped up leg here, so he might be taken off, honestly. Give me Penders. I don't think he's on the bench, but give me Penders. He looks in some discomfort here, actually. There are substitutions for Flamengo warming up. There's Bruno Enrique and... no, I think that's just one of their current players. But Bruno Enrique is on the sideline for them. Santos on for Sanchez. Jurgensen is warming up, but I think Sanchez will continue, honestly. I don't think he's coming off. I assume this will be Plata that comes off for Bruno. Loki, you want to see Giyu? Yeah, true, to be fair. He's on the bench. He can definitely come off. Oh, it's actually Diaz Skater who's coming off for Bruno, which is a bit interesting. He has been pretty missing throughout the majority of the game, to be fair. But he's one of the danger men. He's been absolutely like zeroed in on. Like got no value out of the game today. And he's now come off, which is good. Good for us at least. So if they're going to get a goal, he's the person I'd kind of look to get one. So goal kick goes to Trevor Chalobah. Sanchez is looking for a long ball here. He does hit a long ball. It's going over the top for Liam Delap. He's going to get there, you know. And it's a touch towards the goal. Oh. Leo Pereira trying to stop the ball. He's nearly put it into his own net. It's really good work from Delap to put the pressure on. There's a corner for Chelsea. Skims past the post. We've taken it short. Here's James on the ball. And now Pedro Neto. James has been taken down, is actually really hurt, but we're still playing on. Here's Pedro Neto to whip the ball to the back post. It's a good one, but the goalkeeper will get it. They're going to try and break here quickly as well. Players getting back quickly. It's Plata, who's moved to the right-hand side here, Plata. Now with Bruno coming on. Here's Jorginho. Up to the left back, number 6. Here's Araujo. Offside, surely, from Plata. And he doesn't even try and go for it. Yeah, it's a good ball from Sanchez. It's just one of those things where, like, sometimes you need that. Obviously, we like to play it out from the back a lot. Sometimes you need that, just like, hey, we're going to play one ball and hopefully unlock something. I think Delap brings that to us a bit more as a striker, because he's someone who can kind of bully players whilst he's running in on goal and get mistakes like that. It's Colwell. Sanchez has just said to Trevor Chalobah about 5 times, move forward, and he's just completely ignored him every single time. Back to Sanchez. We're not really making many inroads. Short ball into Caicedo, who does well to get away from the pressure. It's Enzo, who's not going to get the ball because he's been utterly woeful this game today. Cuckoo wins the ball back. It's back with Chalobah. Up to Palmer. Flicks it, or tries to flick it for Gusto. It doesn't work out, though. He's won it back, though, Palmer. Very good. Here's the lap. James to Caicedo. Up to Enzo. Can he do something now? Long ball out to Neto, who can run at his man here. Go on. Take him on. He gets tackled by Wesley. Good tackle. It's back with Pereira. Jorginho now. Wesley again. Excuse me. Here's Pulgar. He's going to get tackled by James. And the ball falls to Caicedo, who's going to get it back to Sanchez, who almost... The pass back to Sanchez is a bit hospital there. Good work from Palmer to hold the ball up. But he's fouled. No card for Ortiz, I think it is. Or Ayrton Lucas, rather. Oh, it's a collision between knees. That's a painful one for both of them. We're approaching the 60th minute here. Or we're in the 60th minute, but we're approaching 60 minutes on the clock. I would expect some movement on the bench soon, but none so far. Long ball from Sanchez up to Cucurella, who's making the run in behind. He's done well to try and get there, but Wesley, again, who's been man of the match in my opinion, has done really well to stop him. Jorginho. I've just heard someone say next ball out, please. Yeah, which I think there's going to be a sub coming on soon. It's Bruno Enrique. It's Plata. It's a fantastic save from Sanchez. Wonderful. I think it was straight down the middle, but it's a fantastic reaction from him. That's their best chance by a mile. Good play from him and Bruno Enrique. He slips when he takes it, actually. I think if he doesn't slip over, he probably gets that in the goal. Corner for Flamengo. Oh, I don't think we're making the substitution yet, which is funny. Ball in from Araujo. It's straight at the front post and Palmer deals with it pretty easily. He'll get another chance to swing this in, though. He chooses not to, and they're going to recycle possession here. It's Gerson on the right. He's going to flick the ball into... I think he might be offside, but they've scored. It's Bruno Enrique who's just come off the bench. It's a ball to the back post that Gusto gets something on, and it falls kindly to them. I was going to say, I'm not sure if he's onside or not, but well, I guess we'll see. The defending isn't good enough, though. Ball from Gerson. That one's on. Yeah, it's good. No, he's on. He's on. He's on. No, he's on. It's Gusto keeping him on. His momentum from jumping to reach the header has taken him too far forward, and it's kept him on. And just before we make our substitutions as well, it seems. I said if we let them get the ball, then they're going to punish us. I did say it. It's Romeo, Lavia, and Jackson that are on the sideline here. Which is... Lavia particularly is someone that I think is really suited to this game. He's coming on... well, Delap is coming off for Jackson, so that's the first change. No goal, no assist for Delap, unfortunately. Good shift, though. A few promising moments from him, but again, it's just kind of unfortunate. The type of opposition this is, he can't really strive against because they're just going to flop onto the floor anytime he makes any contact with them and get fouls. So, but Lavia is coming on for someone else. Who's Lavia coming on for? James. Lavia has come on for James, which is good because James has been utterly terrible today. I can't lie. Been very, very poor. He's not press resistant enough to play in that area sometimes. Whereas Lavia is, and now he's going to sit next to Caicedo. Kickoff is gone, and we are with Sanchez here. Long ball from Sanchez. They've cleared it. Trevor Chalobah will get the clearance. They've given the ball away here. Oh, we've given the ball away here with Chalobah. They've got the momentum here. Here's Gerson again. Plata tries to put it through Marc Cucurell's legs, but it doesn't work. And it's another corner. No, he's not offside for the goal. Outswinger to come in. Goes to the back post. Enrique. That one might be offside. That's 2-0. Or 2-1 rather, but it might be offside. I'll put it on the score line for now. Again, it's just not good enough defending at the back post once again. It's the same thing. Same situation as last time. This over celebration is a bit embarrassing, though, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. Oh no, he's on by a mile. It's Danilo. Yeah. He's on by an absolute mile. And it all comes from us giving the ball away from Trevor Chalobah again. Just constantly just being terrible in possession and giving the ball away today. We've got work to do. So there's still at least one thing. There's a lot of time for us to work with here, but we've got to actually work with it. Caicedo up to Cucurella. He's going to go backwards here. I don't know what the weird kind of plan we're playing here, because Lavia is playing as a right back at the moment. He's moved back into midfield now, though. And he's on the ball now. He's going to turn and try and get forward. Cucurella. It's Caicedo. Gusto. Good work from Jackson to hold the ball up. He's... Oh, and Jackson's been red carded. Fuck off, man. I think the reaction from the player has gotten that for him. This is a joke. We'll see it in the replay. I'll see if he's correct. It looks like he's given it more for the reaction of the player than the actual challenge itself. But again, we'll take a second look at it. That's nasty. It is nasty. I'm not sure if it's. I don't think it's red card worthy. It's definitely a foul. I don't think it's red card worthy. It's not. He's not trying to. He's not trying to go through the player. He's trying to drop his foot to get the ball. But whatever. Whatever, man. We've seen softer ones given. I don't care. I said this before when he got red carded against Newcastle. I said with these decisions, it pisses me off that they don't judge it on intention; they judge it on height, and it's just fucking stupid. Because like he's only gotten carded because his foot is high when the contact's made, but he's not intending to tackle the player. He's intending to put his foot on the floor. Well, even more work to do for us now. Palmer's playing in the false nine, and at least with this, that means we're going to be able to go for more transitional play because that's the only thing we're going to be able to do now. This has been a fucking bad day out all round. No way you are defending that. I'm not defending it. Did you actually listen to what I said? Because I said it's a foul. I didn't disagree with it being a foul. It's not a red card. His intention to go for the ball is not. His intention isn't to harm the player or anything. He's putting his foot down on the floor to try and get the ball, and it's a bit high when the contact is made. Again, I don't think it's a yellow card. That's a yellow card challenge. It's a bad foul. But here comes Neto. It's Palmer. He's been surrounded by loads of players. Retains the ball. It's Cucurella. Lavia. Palmer with the ball in, and we don't have a target man, so we're not going to win. And there's someone's injured in the box for Chelsea. I'm not sure who that is. Honestly, what I would do, in this game now is I would just dive at every single challenge and try and get their players sent off, because that's the only way we're going to win this game now. Genuinely, that's the only way we're going to win this game now, because the referee is just against us in general, but being down to 10 men, we're not going to be able to score the regular way, so let's get ourselves a penalty or something, get us back in the game. Here's Neto. Lavia. We are playing a bit of possession despite us having the lesser players here. Lavia into Caicedo. Good touch. Here's Neto again. It's Cucurella. I'm surprised that that Enzo Maresca is not immediately making changes here and putting on Mark Guiu, so we actually have a box presence, because we're just not going to score like this. We're just not going to. We're not going to score without a striker on the pitch. I don't get it. Here's Chalobah on the right side. Lavia into Fernandez. Good ball down the right side for Gusto, but he didn't even try and run for it. There is a whistle now for something. Ironically, the thing which is fun about this and that red card situation is that the player that was down, that was rolling around on the floor like he'd had his leg broken, is up and perfectly fine now, like nothing's happened. Interesting, that. There's him on the ball, just playing the ball down the left side. Colwill to Lavia. His ball over the top for Cucurella is a little bit loose. But he's won it again. That's got to be a yellow. Come on, ref. Yeah, there we go. Finally. Yerson, the captain, who's been carded, finally. Also, the sun is going down and my camera is very dark. I apologise for that. I'll try and sort that one real quick. There we are. As another cooling break as well. Hopefully we can put some subs on after this. I need a cooling break myself, to be fair. Who are we subbing off? Honestly, I would sub off Enzo. I think he's been absolutely pants today. Enzo or Palmer, one of those should come off, in my opinion. And we should put on a Guiu. It doesn't look like any subs are warming up, though, so I don't expect that. Again, I think the thing which is annoying about Enzo Maresca, and I will say this, is that my kind of only criticism of him as a coach is that his substitutions are always very planned, and like they're planned before the game. They're not like, he doesn't react to things happening like in the game and like go, oh well, this player's not playing very well, let's take him off. It's very much like, oh, we've said at the start of the game that you're getting a certain amount of minutes, then coming off. This is a situation where we need like a reactive substitution, and we're just not getting one. I think the thing is with Trev, right? I thought that Trev played quite well in the first half. It's just the second half he's completely forgotten how to play football. I think arguably both of the goals could be his fault. I think the first one is definitely his fault. The second one, less so, but that's more so on Gusto just not being very good at the back post. Jorginho diving again and has got an advantage from his team. It's Wesley, bad ball, and Cucurella. Oh, Colwell again, terrible clearance. Sanchez saves it, luckily. This is shaking up the group for a fact, I'll say that. Like, this is much more a different group now. And we actually will probably need to actually play... Oh my god, they've dived to the floor again and got another foul, man. It's Jorginho again. This guy is fucking allergic to staying on his feet. Fucking diving little bastard. He's literally fallen over before he's even been touched, fucking clown. Fuck off. Absolute joke. I do think it's fucking egregious, by the way, the fact we've got an El Salvador referee when one of the teams is from South America, which is very close to Central America. We should have had an African ref for this. It should have been an African ref. If it's a game between a South American and a European club, you should have an African referee. There's clear bias towards one team here. It's an absolute fucking joke. Cucurella does well. Sanchez will launch it long. And of course, we've got no one up there to compete for it, so we're not going to win the ball, because for some fucking reason, our dumb cunt manager has not put on a striker yet. Enzo is the furthest player forward here. El Salvador is far away, but it's El Salvador's in Central America though, which is closer to South America than it is to Europe. And in general, as I was saying, if you have two clubs from two different nations, you should have a referee and a refereeing team that are from a completely different place in the world. Good work from Cucurella to get it up to Palmer. Neto continues his run, but Palmer just doesn't pass it to him, and now we've got the ball. Oh my god. This is so frustrating from Palmer. He's been so poor today. Foul on Enzo from Araujo. Oh, was it from Enrique? It might have been from Enrique. It's from Enrique. Combination of the two, let's say. Again, it doesn't really matter here because we've got a free kick on the edge of the box. We've got no one to hit in the middle with these free kicks. It's not even worth it. There's an injury for Flamengo here, and it's taking very, very long. Varela and I can't see who this is. Who's coming on? Wallace Yan? I don't recognise the player. I think he's a forward though. He looks like a forward. Free kick will be taken by Palmer. Goes to the back post. It's Enzo. Ooh, roof of the net. Well, there's our box crusher, doing what he does best. And he is miles on side as well, so that would have counted if it went in. Madueke and Giyu are on the sidelines ready to come on, so we are getting a striker on finally, about 10 minutes too late. Okay. Here come the Flamengo trolls that think that I care that they've won a game against us. At least this one's speaking English, which is good, so I don't have to delete the comment. I think Jackson's unfortunate for that. I'm not a person that's going to be against people coming into my chat from opposite teams, but if you are just going to spam and be a general cunt, then I'm just going to ban you. So continue doing that if you want to get banned. Like go ahead. Like go ahead, post more. I don't really care. If you want to be respectful, then you can stay here and be respectful. Otherwise, don't even bother. It's Varela on the ball. Surprisingly, despite us going down to 10 men, we've actually kept the ball quite well since then, but they are going down the right-hand side here. Good. It's a third goal. It's a third goal for him. Bit scrappy in the end, but good football at the beginning of that. Alright, cool. If you're asking to be banned, then cool, you're getting banned. See ya. Congratulations, you lost your chat privileges. What a weird way to represent your fan base, and a weird way to represent your country as well. Kind of interesting. Prior to the match, were you critical of starting Gusto instead of Cuckoo at left back? Well, Gusto didn't play at left back at all, so no. I just found it a bit weird that Madueke didn't start again. I felt that was a weird decision. Oof, I say Plata is very lucky to actually get this. Is it Plata? No, I think it's Jan. Augusto has been terrible for a long time. I don't think he's particularly bad this game, I would say. I think he had a little bit of a mare for the second goal, but that's just because he's not very tall. It's another foul on a Chelsea player. I said this in my preview that Flamengo are a team that can play really good possession-based football, and they can play quick one-touch football at times, and that's what they've been doing in the final third all game. Really good work from Lavia to get through a few challenges and get the ball up. Here's Madueke on the right-hand side. Can he take on his man? He can get it to Gusto, but Gusto's ran past the ball, and they're going to get the ball back here. We do have Gio on now. Caicedo's challenged by Pulgar, and he's been given a yellow, finally. Don't support Chelsea, but ultimately poor officiating decided this game. Been a common theme throughout the tournament. Yeah, I mean, I think that, again, they've been helped by the referee. I don't think they've won the game because of the referee, I would say. I will say it's an egregious decision for the penalty in the first half. That's the main one that stands out, because that's 100% a penalty and they haven't given it. But what can you do? Free kick for Madueke, who looks like he's going to be taking this. I assume this is going to go to the far left side for Guiu. Some wrestling going on in the box between Kukurea and someone else, and he's getting spoken to by the ref. Again, the referee has taken so many times to talk to people. Madueke, and it's over the top. Do I think that Maresca needs to probably shout at some players about discipline and composure? I think he already has. I think that something that people don't grasp is that what Enzo Maresca says to his team in the dressing room and away from the public is probably much different to the way that he portrays his team in interviews and press conferences and stuff. So, for example, when Jackson got red carded and he was very much like defending Jackson and saying, "Oh no, it's not an issue," blah blah. He's probably given him an absolute rollicking in private, but he's just not gonna. You're not gonna hang out your players to dry in public. I assume it's gonna probably happen again. Varela will take the throw-in on the right side. 5 minutes to go. They've smashed it long. Sanchez will get this. Lavi has done really well in the centre again. He needed to play from the start, man. Also, please excuse if you can hear my neighbours shouting. They're having some kind of party or something, I think, in their back garden. It's Caicedo. Romeo Lavia again. Good work from him to get it to Gusto, who's been shrouded out, but he's done well to keep the ball. It's Madueke on the right side. Plays it forward for Gusto. Who wins a throw high up. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that sentiment. I think it's a foul. It's definitely a foul. I'm not disputing that. I think a red is incredibly harsh for his first challenge of the game, and also for him putting his foot down to try and get the ball when he's clearly not even aware that the player's trying to like get in there ahead of him. But again, I'm not going to talk on that too much. People will just say I've got sour grapes as always. I said it's not how football is officiated, but it's how I would officiate football. Is that I think that refereeing and fouls need to be dealt with context and with intention rather than, oh, this player has got hit at a certain area, therefore it's a foul. It's a bit weird. They've got Pedro and Michael who are waiting to come on. Michael, of course, ex-Saudi League player. Two-time Saudi League, Pro League winner with Al Hilal, if I'm not mistaken. Is it Al? I don't know if it's Al Hilal or if it's Al Ali. It might be Al Ali. I'm not sure. I think it's Al Hilal that he played for. Got a free kick from outside the box because Caicedo was fouled, and it's going to be Pedro Neto to take this by the looks of things. They've got a 6-man wall. Neto, it's going to fall for Guiu, who couldn't get a goal, but he gets a corner. Oh, Guiu goal would have lifted my spirits, to tell you that. Good save from Rossi. There's a short delay here. I think it's because the players are standing too close to the corner. Seven minutes of additional time being added on here, so there's still a chance for us to get back into this. Though a slim one. If we get a goal from this, if Pedro Neto swings it in, goalkeeper claims it very confidently. Good work from him. Refs should have to explain the call to the stadium. To be fair, they've actually been doing that in this tournament. I saw that. I saw them do. I think it was just. I might have been getting mixed up with when I was watching the MLS actually, probably. But that is something that I enjoy. I think they're going to be bringing that to the Prem at some point. I think they should do that. Again, I think that in any other game that's given as a yellow card, I think it's just because not only that there's a very clear crowd majority for Flamengo in the stadium, but also just the yell and like kind of acting of the player after the challenge really convinced him beforehand. Because he, as I said, he was rolling around on the floor like he'd been killed, which is a common theme that's been happening throughout the game. But there's one thing. It's a yellow card for Plata, I think it is, as he comes off the pitch for trying to time waste. We were losing before Jackson came on, so that's a really weird sentiment for you to say, but there we are. Certainly, don't discredit Flamengo. They played well. Like I'm not a person that's going to say that they didn't play well. They've played well today. They've earned all 3 of their goals. I think the third one's a bit easier because we had 10 men, but they still earned one of them. I'm getting a call. Give me a second. I'm just going to mute. So I got a call and I was a bit worried, thinking, oh wow, this is weird. I don't really usually get calls. It's kebab. Is that a foul on Madueke? It's outside the box at least. We can say that. Yeah, he's touched him. I think he's touched him a little bit, but I don't think it's enough for a pen or anything. Sorry, I didn't see your message. What do you say? Petrovic, James. Well, immediately Petrovic isn't playing. He's being loaned out, so that's not happening. James Cobble, Fofana, Cucurella. That's solid to me. Caicedo, Enzo, Neto, Esteval, Delap. I think at this point, yeah, Esteval Delap is probably what we see. It depends on how well he plays throughout the rest of this this tournament. As for the midfield, I would always put Lavia in. I feel like he has to play. It's just unfortunate that he's so unfit. But for the most part, yeah, it's a good lineup. We've got 4 minutes to play. It's Levi Colwill. So that's a late one from Bruno Enrique. That's got one for one for another. Surely that's got to be a card. And Colwell's down injured here as well from the challenge. God, this referee has lost control of this game so badly. This is what I said. This is what I said earlier in the first half. I said he's got to get a hold of the game, or it's going to get dangerous for players. Madueke's done well to try and get past this man. He wins a corner. The final group game is against Esperance Sportive du Tunis, who are a Tunisian side that are quite below any of the other teams in this group, which should be a pretty easy game for us to win. Like I said, I'm not too concerned about our chances of qualifying for the next round, but we don't get automatic qualification now. Madueke's done well. Here's Pedro Neto. He's going to try and get a shot for the far post. It's defended pretty well by Pedro, who I think is on the pitch now. And he has also won a foul for his team. They've taken it quickly, but Caicedo is there, so he gives it back to us. Is Esperance a good team? Yeah, I don't think they particularly are. They're not a high. What I'd say is they're not a high quality side in terms of they don't play for a good league or anything like that. Personally, I haven't actually done enough research on them yet to kind of speak on how they actually play. I said I'll do that before my preview for that game, which I don't actually know when that is. I'll check that at the end of the stream. The thing which is funny is that we've actually started playing better ever since we've gone down to 10 men. I think part of that is just because we've got Lavia on the pitch now. There he is, doing a Maradona on the halfway line. Why didn't Sanchez play? You know what? I think Santos probably might have played if we didn't have the red card. He might have been a player that came on, but we've had to bring on Guiu instead because of that. But we'll definitely see some of those like new players, I would imagine, for the Tunis game. I think that we'll probably see Sarr, we'll probably see Santos, we'll probably see a Sugo play. But now we've lost this game, maybe not actually, because maybe we'll probably take that a bit more seriously. 1 more minute of added time. It's Colwell to Lavia in the centre. He's completely made his man look like a fool, as he has done since he's come on. I don't know why he didn't play more. Here's Kukurea on the left side. Giyu's going to make a run in behind. He's not going to be found. It's Caicedo. So there's probably one more opportunity for us to get a goal here, but we're not going to be able to get back into the game, unfortunately. Here's Gusto on the right-hand side. Here's Colwell. We don't seem particularly urgent to get a goal here. We kind of just look like we're waiting for the whistle to go. Caicedo being fouled all the time. Here comes Gusto. One more chance, perhaps. And there's the whistle. Let me just pause the stream so that's not going to be annoying. How's Delap look? Yeah, Delap was pretty decent in the first half, but again, like Papa Broach just said there, like he didn't get too much. He didn't get too much. Hang on, let me quickly fix this. Give myself some more gamma, so I'm not completely dark. Yeah, he didn't get too much service, but he did enough. He did enough in my eyes to kind of warrant starting again. I would suggest. Obviously, Jackson's now carded, so he's not going to be starting. But yeah, and yeah, again, like I said at the start of this stream before the game, I said that the Brazilian teams have been playing really, really well. We saw a giant killing yesterday with Botafogo beating PSG. We've seen another one today with Chelsea getting beaten by Flamengo. So yeah, unfortunate for us, but yeah, it's not our day. It's one of those things that kind of happens. I'm going to be ending the stream a little bit early here because again, first of all, my head is hot. I don't really want to stay here, but also it's hot in general, and I need to turn off all my systems, cool down a little bit. But thank you guys for watching. I will do because I forgot to do, or not forgot, but I didn't get to do my my grayscale for the last game. I'll do one of those for this game tomorrow or maybe the day after. Definitely before the game against ES Tunis. Obviously, a preview for that will come out the day before. I will check when that is. When is the Chelsea US Tunis game? I know it's at 2 a.m. That's the only thing I know. I know it's a 2 a.m. game. It's on Wednesday at 2 a.m., which is I'm going to count that as Tuesday for what I would normally do. So the preview for that will come out on Monday. Monday will be the preview for the ES Tunis game, and then again we'll do another one of these watch-alongs at that. So and we'll do another watch along for that game as well, which should be a much easier one. Hopefully we get to see some of the new guys in that one, because again they're a much lesser team than Flamengo are, for example. And yeah, as I said, I'm annoyed, so I'm not gonna rant about it too much. I don't want to be that type of person, so I'll talk about it in the grayscale I'll do afterwards. But as I said, thank you guys so much for watching as ever. And yeah, we'll be back on the Monday. Have a good evening, all of you guys. Keep